Thanos is coming to Squid Game Season 3, and it's not in the way you guys think. I've just got some crazy information on him, and I'm going to be explaining exactly what I mean to you guys watching. Like and subscribe right now if you want Thanos in Squid Game Season 3. We're only 2 weeks away, oh my god. But wait a minute, didn't Thanos die in Season 2? Well, yes he did, but he's gonna come back in another form, and I'm so excited to tell you guys. I'm not gonna be like other YouTubers and tell you guys, oh, Thanos is alive, Thanos is coming back. No, I'm gonna be telling you guys actual news on him, and this was stated from the director, Hyun-duk. So if he said he's coming back, I think we should take the man's word on it. I did a lot of research on this and added everything up together so I could give you guys the best answer on this topic. So let's rewind a bit so we can understand Thanos' true story and why it's going to continue in Season 3. Thanos was presented as a new character in Season 2. Thanos had enormous success with the audience. Everyone loved him in the show. He was so cool. I can say so many cool things this man did. He was like no other character that anyone has seen before, even compared to the Season 1 players. And for anyone that says they don't like Thanos, I know that ain't true. However, his death came along in Season 2, Episode 7. We get our first glance at Thanos in Episode 3 when he approaches Lee Myung-gi in the dormitory, confronting him since he believes he got scammed by him. But really, Thanos was just too dumb to pull the coin out in time, and that's why he lost the money. But then we see that Thanos is actually famous. When it's time for the players to get their pictures taken, groups are being formed around him. People are begging for photos, but it's not possible in the game, so he tells everyone not to worry. When everyone gets out, he will take the pictures with everyone. But little did Thanos know, he could have never done that, and he was going to find out why later on. He then later raised up the first player to die in the games, but let's not talk about that right now. Let's get into the real question of the video now. How do we expect to see Thanos in the new upcoming season in 14 days? I actually made a video on this a long time ago on the channel, but now with the new teaser and trailer, I feel like I can add way more to this theory, and I can give you guys a better explanation compared to the last one. This theory is gonna make way more sense for you guys watching. What I'm about to tell you guys is very shocking, so get your popcorn ready and relax. So, will Thanos rise from the dead? Or will he showcase himself in another form? The biggest theory that I have concluded, and most of the audience can actually agree with me on this one, is Thanos is coming to Season 3 as a hallucination. Yes, you guys heard me, a hallucination. And I'm going to be explaining exactly how this is possible. Thanos died at the hands of Lee Myung-gi. After choking him on the ground, Lee Myung-gi decided to stick a fork up Thanos' neck. This was such a brutal scene to see, and no one expected it to occur. Thanos died from blood loss. Even his player tag was gone. It's confirmed he has died. But this is not where his story has ended. Yes, he is dead for a fact, but he's gonna come to Season 3 in a very different way, and you guys are gonna understand real soon. I love making these theory videos and keeping you guys entertained. Thanos had a really close relationship with one of the players that not a lot of people like, and his name is Namyo. The pair formed a close alliance where they were always seen together. They were like glue. Can't believe Namyo made it to Season 3, and some people believe he's going to be a finalist, but that's just unreal. Namyo sucked up to Thanos so much. Whatever he said or whatever Thanos did, Namyo would follow him, and he would copy him in a blink of a second. In Season 2, Episode 4, Thanos even ends up sharing his narcotics with Namyo. You can tell Thanos isn't the biggest fan of sharing his narcotics with him, yet he still ends up doing it because Namyo absolutely begs for it. You might be wondering, what does this information have to do with anything about Thanos coming back to Season 3? Well, you're gonna understand real soon how this is correlated, and this is crazy. The reason Thanos took his narcotics was to get tensed up before the games. This gave him less fear and more lost touch with reality, which gives him a way bigger edge compared to any other player in the game for this reason. Namyo taking Thanos' drugs that one time wasn't enough for him. He clearly loved it and was eager to take way more. This is going to get dark now. When Thanos passed away, Well, when he was about to pass away. Instead of Namyo trying to take his friend to safety, or being slightly worried about him, all he could think about was his drugs. So he reached out and snatched Thanos' cross from his neck when he was on the floor, suffocating. I don't understand how someone is in a life or death situation and all you can think about is taking someone else's drugs. That screams major junkie. We are soon gonna find out exactly how Thanos is gonna appear as a hallucination in season 3. So, Namyo taking Thanos' drugs during the O and X team battle means he's in possession of them, and no one has a clue about it. Maybe Minsu knows though, since he saw him taking it before in Six Legs game, and might think Namyo is still tied down to that. Namyo already started using them excessively in season 2 episode 7. You can catch him when he's relaxing on the bed after the fight. He's not just taking one pill, but 2 instead. Now, this could actually be dangerous for Namyo, since the normal dosage that Thanos usually took was 1, not 2. But Namyo is very emotionally unstable, so this makes sense. And he's also stressing since he killed another player, so this can be somewhat understandable at the moment. Not right, but understandable. With now all the chaos going on, with the guards coming in, and what we saw in this sneak peek in episode 1 season 3, it's possible that Thanos could remain a voice in Namgyo's head, messing with him since he's taking his drugs, possibly acting way more violent in season 3, killing players like absolute nothing. A complete serial killer. He's already proven to have no remorse for the players in season 2. He killed Simi so violently, and he wasn't even on drugs. So imagine what he's capable of doing in the upcoming season. Thanos was Namgyo's role model, and definitely had a major influence on the way Namyo acted. Thanos can be considered the most popular character in the Squid Game franchise. Don't get me wrong, Jihyun is extremely popular, but in a more main character vibe since he is the main character. But what's fascinating about Thanos is he just appeared in one season and he completely took over. Fans fell in love with him. Thanos is even a rapper in real life, if you guys didn't know already. He's not just popular in the show, but popular in real life as well. And even more with his act in Squid Games. He was so popular in South Korea before, but now after Squid Games, he has gone completely global. Including Thanos to carry on in season 3 should be the right move with a character like him, especially since he died just like that. I wouldn't say his death was quick, but more unexpected to the audience. I'm curious to hear how much you guys love Thanos though. Let me know down below, and if you actually like him, subscribe and like right now. The next thing I'm gonna tell you guys is a bit upsetting, but you guys need to be informed about this. But at the same time, I actually cancelled this theory because I later realized what the director said about Thanos later on. There is a way Thanos won't come back, and I will tell you guys right now. In both season 2 and 3, Squid Game, they were both filmed back to back at the same time. Unfortunately, this means that it would make it impossible to bring back Thanos if he wasn't originally planned from the start. Even if Squid Games realized, oh shoot, the audience actually loves Thanos way more than we expected and they are dying to see him, it would be impossible to bring him back since the scenes were filmed long ago. But I can scratch that theory out the way now because the director confirmed something, that Thanos is definitely going to appear in season 3. The director of the show, Haewon Duk-hyuk, has mentioned that Thanos' presence will be felt in Squid Game season 3. We the audience don't know exactly what that means yet, but we at least know that his character will be shown at some point in the final season. I believe, and a lot of people in the audience can agree with me on this, that Thanos is going to appear in Namgyo's head as a hallucination. This would be the best way to showcase his appearance in my opinion. Any other way just wouldn't make any sense. Him rising from the dead would be stupid. Him being hallucinated is a way more accurate thing that could occur. So, now we know how Thanos could appear. Let's talk about how Thanos' influence in Namgyo's head could affect his legacy in season 3. There's no doubt that Thanos was one of the most unpredictable players in the game. The guy was just ruthless, going by the games like they were actual children's game, only caring about his own survival. However, While Namyo stayed by Thanos' side like a leech, he has proven to be as equally dangerous as Thanos. But this is not surprising. Usually friends surround themselves with similar people, so this makes perfect sense actually. Namyo also forced other players to continue the games. For example, he tried to peer pressure Minsu constantly, but Minsu finally came out of his shell and chose to not listen to Namyo during the X and O voting scene. Namyo isn't just a killer, he's also been a bully that fed on the weak for his own satisfaction. The difference between Namyo and Thanos is loved by the audience, and Namyo is hated. But why? They're both villains. How does this make any sense? Well, it's actually simple. Thanos is his own character, and he has way more charisma, and he's also quite funny. But Namyo was just a leech that followed in Thanos' footsteps, not giving any unique value to the audience in his character. I'm now going to speak about when and what Namyo will hallucinate when he thinks of Thanos in his head. Thanos could come to Namyo's head by telling him to kill player 333 to revenge for his death. Or it could be to punish player 333 by going back to his ex-girlfriend Kim Jun-hee, who's pregnant. I believe a way bigger punishment would be for Namyo to go after his girl. This would definitely be more torturous for him. But when could this event actually occur? Well, we actually get to see a picture of Lee Myung-gi in the rope bridge game, and we can see a clip of Namyo in the season 3 trailer leaning over a bridge. I believe at some point in this game, Namyo could have something planned for Lee Myung-gi, where Thanos pushes him to do something to MG Coin. I don't see any other episode this occurring, but I also think that it could be in the maze game, but I speculate that it makes more sense for it to occur in the rope bridge game, which will be episode 4. This is where I also believe Namyo's death will occur, and I don't think it will be from player 333, but it will be from himself getting killed. Squid Game Season 3 is coming out in 14 days exactly now. 2 weeks, guys. Oh my god. I know I didn't upload yesterday, and I'm very sorry for that, but I tried working on a bigger video for you guys today. That's why there's so much more content in today's video. I wanted to spend more time on it. I want you guys to know that all the information I get, I update you guys because you deserve it. My audience just deserves it so much. But as soon as I get more leaks, I will definitely add them up all together to give you guys more theory videos like this one. And honestly, season 3 is almost here, so man, I'm quite worried for it. It's gonna be huge. But definitely let me know what other videos I should make, guys. I always take your ideas into consideration. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I will put my recent video in the middle of the screen right now. If you want to check that out, you can. It might even be better than this video. See you guys in the next video. Peace out and take care, everyone. Have a great day.